Please.
No. Right now, I'm not going to do cosplaying for the Philadelphia 76ers because they are breaking my heart. And a lot of other teams now have a lot of pressure on them, at least we believe. So, Johnny, the Eagles win the Super Bowl, but it's not just about winning the Super Bowl in February of 2025. It's about winning the Super Bowl 52, getting back to another one in Super Bowl 57, winning in Super Bowl 59, having a roster that is built where you can have the conversation about the D word, right? It's forming. That's how good this Eagles team is, and that's how good this Eagles team has been across different regimes. The Doug Peterson regime, into the Nick Sirianni regime, and of course, we know all the years of Andy Reid, even though they didn't get the job done ultimately, there was a lot of success. In that span, you had a baseball team that had a 10-year playoff drought, but at least they won a World Series at one point. The Flyers have just kind of been there in my life. Like early 2000s, a lot of fun to watch. 2010, they get to the Cup. Since then, you're in one a year. You're out the next year.
Exactly.
They had a 10-year stretch of in and out, in and out, in and out, and now they're rebuilding. And then, of course, we all know what the Sixers did for years with the process, and so far it has led to you to second-round exits still.
So far?
So far.
Or are you expecting something different? Are you expecting that there's something going to walk through the door that this is all going to change at some point?
No,
it's not.
Right now.
It's good. I'm glad the light bulb's going off for you. I appreciate it.
Unless Joel Embiid gets traded,
yes.
And then that counts toward the process still because he was a part of it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, any pieces from an Embiid trade continue the process.
It's still the process.
How about this? The body's dead. The coroner has toe tagged it. It is dead. That period of our lives, worthless.
Yeah, well.
Worthless.
I got to watch some nice days.
Yeah, it's great. You got to see it. Yeah, woo.
What does the Eagles Super Bowl do for the rest of the teams in this city? Does it increase the pressure, or are they their own entity that it shouldn't even matter what one team is doing compared to what the other teams are doing?
I think that what it should mean is that there's a bar of expectation in this city, and there's a bar of expectation in the city that has not been met by the other franchises. The Flyers haven't met it in a generation.
Yeah.
But there has been at least failed plans, but a plan. And now there was a commitment to tearing it down and starting over.
Which I'm in favor of.
And, I'm totally in favor of it. And I hope that before the trade deadline, we see more veterans leave town and we see them get more assets in what should be an amazing draft this year. They got to do it, and they're doing it. I believe they're doing it the right way. The Sixers have been what the Sixers are. I don't need to get myself aggravated at 6:04 in the morning. But they've just been who they are, and they doubled down on a failed philosophy this offseason. Now we get to the Phillies. And the Phillies are, second highest payroll in baseball last year, endless assets. But if you don't make the right decisions, or if you recreate the mistakes of the past, or you don't learn from what causes you to fail, you're never going to be the Eagles. Because what the Eagles do, Andrew, is they rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes.
When things are bad for the Eagles, they say, nobody thinks we can fire the coach who won the Super Bowl a few years ago? Sure we can. Nobody thinks that we can get rid of coordinators or a wholesale change a roster in one offseason? Oh, hell yeah, we can. Because the Eagles have an urgency about them. I worry that the Phillies organization does not share their urgency. And I would hope, and what my hope is that somebody would have said, yeah, you know what the Eagles are doing? They're doing it again. They're knocking on the door. Let's see if we can match their urgency. Unfortunately, no other organization in town matches their urgency. I don't want the Flyers to match their urgency.
Right. They're not there yet.
And I wish that the Sixers had done what the Flyers did before doubling down on a failed philosophy.
Well, the Sixers did do it. The Flyers did, just at a much more extreme level.
No. I'm talking about doing it this year.
Oh, okay, this time
that they
around.
kept fooling themselves into saying, yeah, things are going to be different. No, they aren't. Things are not going to be different.
By the way, you mentioned Band-Aids. Wentz. They ripped the Band-Aid off there.
Oh, yes, they did.
How many teams double, triple, quadruple down with what they believe is their franchise quarterback, especially at his age, right? It's not like the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, right? The guy's 40-plus years old. They go, all right, this isn't going to work out. We're going to inform him that we're going in a different direction. Wentz was in his early 20s.
Wentz, they knew When the Eagles figure something out, they don't double down.
Right.
I saw a piece in The Athletic yesterday where the Phillies are going to have a new approach at the plate this year.
Yeah.
They're going to totally change their philosophy.
It's going to cause hard conversations.
It's going to be.
From Matt Gell. I remember Matt Gell wrote that. Yeah.
It's going to be, this is going to be a different Phillies team this year. Really? Raise your hand right now if you're buying it. Raise your hand.
I'm buying it.
I see Connor buying
You're buying
it.
it.
I think it's unfair to go into the season saying it's not.
I think they're going to be a good baseball team.
You think they're going to change their philosophies at the plate?
I don't know.
Veteran player.
But
no, you just said you did.
Well, listen, I'll buy it because I'm going to keep an open mind. I can't go into this season with my mind made up. That's unfair to the team.
The thing is, though, your mind made up, they could still be a World Series team.
What do you mean?
My mind is made up. I do not believe the Phillies are all of a sudden going to be a team where the light bulb goes off and they start being disciplined at the plate, start hitting behind the runner, start doing the smart things in baseball, stop giving up runs.
Yeah, what you're saying is they could still get hot.
They could still be a really good team and can win a World Series. But I do not believe for 1 second
that the philosophy's changing, which is what the story in The Athletic said.
That was the philosophy change. I don't believe that's going to happen.
So what we want to discuss today with all of you at 610-632-0975 is what does the Eagles' Super Bowl victory do for the rest of the teams in the city? Does it add to the pressure of the other teams, or are there a lot of people? We talk about how after Super Bowl 52, a lot of Eagles fans got soft, and then the next year it was kind of like, they won the Super Bowl. I'm not going to be critical.
Sure.
Is there any point where they go, all right, screw the Sixers, I got the Eagles. I'm not worried about the Phillies. I got the Eagles. You'll probably watch the games every once in a while, but you're not going to watch it with the same intensity because you know that you always have that safety blanket. We talk about how the quarterback has a safety blanket in the tight end. Philadelphia fans have the safety blanket in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Thank you so much for checking out our content on the 97.5 The Fanatic YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, you can always be checking the playlist. There may be something you missed from one of our shows during the day that you want to go back and check out. So every time you like a video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and you'll have that great content coming to you every single day. You're greatly appreciated.